everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been following along, this is episode number 3 of our pond build series. Now in last episode, we got all the parts unboxed, we got the pond leveled off and ready to go. We are gonna be setting up the pond today, in today's video, and we are gonna be hooking all the piping up, getting our PVC fittings cut. We actually forgot a couple pieces that we needed to run to Home Depot for, but I ended up going to Lowe's because it's closer. But I like Home Depot better, so Home Depot, if you ever want to sponsor me, I'm all ears. So just saying. But anyways, if you have enjoyed the pond build so far, make sure you drop a like down below. If you haven't already subscribed, you should be. I appreciate you clicking on today's video, but let's go ahead and jump back to where we were in the last part of last video. And if you haven't watched that, go back, watch the other videos. There's already 2 pond build episodes already out. Again, this is number 3, but let's go ahead and jump back to where we just finished unboxing all of the filter media. We got our PVC cutter. So let's go ahead and jump into today's video and let's go ahead and start setting this pond up. All right, so here's what these sponges are for. So there's a basket that is, I've already drilled some holes in the base of this, so it's gonna allow water to go through the bottom of it. Obviously this cannot fit all the way down to the bottom of this trash can. I still need to go to the store and get some lava rock, which we are gonna be putting in this. I don't have it right this second. So I'm doing this video on a couple different days, clips. So what we do is we set this on top, get it pretty snug down in there like that. And then I grab my bag of sponges. I just dump them all out in here. I'm gonna separate them a little bit. And what these are gonna do is just provide like a good spot for the water to go and get collected up all on these guys. And I'm gonna be back when I separate each of these because I literally have to undo every single one of them. So I'll be right back. All right, so we got all of our sponges in here. Again, this is a pretty thick layer of sponges. This is 50 of them. And these things are pretty cheap. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at the dollar store. They're not a high quality, but they're pretty decent. I mean, this is a decent quality sponge, but just there's some good media, good filter padding, and it's super cheap. And you can literally just throw all this away. You can clean it obviously if you want to, but I normally just change this out every now and then you can just throw this stuff away when you're done with it. But what we do with our quilting pad, and I'm gonna put links down in the description for all this stuff. This is a little bit thinner than what I wanted, but it's gonna do the job. I actually might go grab some shears and cut this up. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of layer it on the top of this and then spread it out obviously, so that the water, when it hits this, will like evenly spread. We're gonna build like a little, basically like a bar, like a T-shaped bar, like a waterfall, so it evenly spreads across the top of this. Otherwise, you're just gonna get a water jet with the piping that comes straight down out of the top, like in that hole. You have to create like a bar for the water to evenly spread out. Otherwise, water is just gonna go right through this and then eventually just create a hole and just go in one place and not hit all of your pads. So you need to create like a little spray bar basically. So that was the word I was looking for. So I'm gonna cut this up into like 2 pieces, lay it on top, and we'll be right back when we do that. And bam, we got it all cut up, put in there, and you can see it's stacked on there. You can even do more filter padding, which I probably will end up doing, and just getting some more filters and putting it on top of this, just so I have even more padding in here. But what we have right now is pretty overkill. So we have all that on the bottom, that on top. I may even add some media balls. I have a bunch upstairs. I may end up putting those on top, but this is more than enough, I'm telling you. So this will get that water crystal clear with all of the fish we're gonna have in there. But let's go ahead and set this back up. Let's get some holes marked out. Let's get the PVC cut, and we are not gonna cement everything in yet. We're just gonna be test fitting everything. So let's go ahead and get everything set up. Let's get this pump out of the box, into the water. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing hooked up, get power to it, and see if we can get some water flowing up into the trash can and into the water. All right, so here's the next thing we're gonna do. We got our pump here, which is 1,600 gallons per hour. We got like a little crate here, and this is like a little shopping cart. We got this at like Dollar Tree. It was literally like $1.25. Just a little platform with some holes in the side of it so that water can go through. And what we're doing is we got a little small trash can. Again, this is not a big one, just something small. And I'm gonna explain to you in a minute why I'm doing this. But this is so that the water level even if my pump was to fail completely, that it will only drain what's in here and not what's in my pond. And I'm gonna explain that here in just a second. So let's set this thing down. Let's get our drill. I'm gonna take the basket out, and this again is what the pump is gonna sit on. But we're gonna grab this, we're gonna go right about here. Actually, let's go up a little bit higher, like right here. And we're just gonna grab this and make a hole just like that. And we're gonna do a couple holes just like this all the way around it. So again, another one just like this. Boom, just like that. So I'm gonna explain to you here in just a minute. Just clean up those edges so that a bunch of plastic doesn't get in your actual enclosure. But we got these holes all cut out just like that. And this is a 1 3/4 inch bit and hole saw. So just on a little tiny drill. So that's pretty much it. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go get some water. We're gonna rinse this thing out, get all of the nastiness out of here. I'm gonna clean up these edges a little bit so that there's not a bunch of plastic just floating all around. But a really cheap way to save you a lot of money, because even if this fails, all my fish won't die, which is awesome. So let's head over to the pond to where the hose is, and let's clean this thing out, and we'll be right back. All right, so let me explain this a little further, and this might look crazy, but I promise there's logic behind this. So think of it like this. Your pond's all the way filled up, right? And let's say your pump just decides to fail, and let's say your water like just starts going down, right? The water is only going to go down, or let's say not even the pump fails. Let's say this fails, right? Which could very well happen. I mean, it's not perfect, but this is a DIY setup. It's so much cheaper than getting your own, and it does a really effective job of getting this crystal clear. But let's get back to the picture at hand here. So let's say this fails, right? And the water is not pumping properly into the setup, and the water starts draining out of this pond, because this is what it is, this pond. So what's going to happen with this now is that the water is going to go low, and let's say it gets to the point now where it is now. All my fish would be fine. They would still be alive. I check on them daily. But let's say while I'm at work or something like that, something tragic happens, or I'm on vacation and someone's taking care of my fish and something were to happen and this fails, the water's going to get only to as low as the base of these holes. So this will keep pumping, and this pump will most likely burn out and fail, but my fish won't die. And that's the biggest thing, is this pump isn't going to pump all of the water out of this, because if I just have that pump just sitting bare on the bottom, it's going to suck all the way down to the bottom of the tank or the pond. And obviously that is not ideal. It would kill all of the fish I have in here, and I would lose a bunch of money. Not even that, I would lose a bunch of my pets that I love very, very much. So don't want that to happen. This is a very cheap way to make a fail safe for yourself. I got the idea on SC Fishing something on YouTube. It was a long time ago. Go check his channel out. I'll pop it up here now on the screen, probably right up here. Great video. This is a very similar build to his, except for I'm doing this on a larger scale setup. This is a 20-gallon trash can versus his 10. So he basically had, I think he got a 100-gallon one of these guys, or maybe 150. I basically just doubled up what he did, and I'm doing something a little bit different in this as well, and having a different scape and setup in this too. So this is a 1600-gallon per hour pump. So this thing will cycle many, many times an hour, which is perfect, because this thing needs to have a lot of filtration, because the fish we're putting in here have a lot of waste. So I've tucked this thing back in that corner. I think that's where it's going to end up going. I may actually push it to, yeah, I'm going to push it probably over a tiny bit more. I'm not like finalizing everything right this second, but I think right there looks good. That way none of my fish can get stuck behind that. I'll probably even set something up over here, but let's set this back down in the water. That way we won't have to hear that anymore. But yeah, we're gonna let this rise up a little bit more. I'm gonna get that pumping. I'm gonna get the water at least up to where that is, and then I'm gonna start like test fitting stuff and make sure what I have actually works, because it would be bad if I set everything up and this didn't work. So let's continue to let this water rise. Once we're filled back up, we'll see you back when we get here. But we pretty much got everything out that we need to get out. So yeah, I might put this bag, it came with a little baggie, but once the water's up, I'm gonna start test fitting everything. I'm gonna start making some cuts. I have probably some extra PVC that I don't need, but this PVC is super cheap. And obviously I'm dropping everything price wise up on the screen too. Link is down in the description for all the prices and a full breakdown of what all of this costs. So if you want to build this yourself, you are obviously more than welcome to. But as of right now, we have pretty much no leaks. We do have a tiny leak from that. It's not a big deal though. I have silicone that I got from the store. Worst case scenario, we just siliconed it in with waterproof silicone. It's not the end of the world. If I don't have a way to actually drain the water out of the bottom, it is not that big of a deal. I can do water changes out of the top and siphon it, but whatever. I'm most likely just gonna have to tighten that up and it'll probably be fine. But we got some advanced waterproof silicone, and we got a bunch of little brackets here, and we're just gonna let this water fill up and we'll see you back when it's filled. Well, we just finished our platform. Again, they're like evenly spaced and they're super sturdy. I mean, these things aren't going anywhere. This is super sturdy. So really happy with that. That's obviously going to settle in more and dry and harden, which is going to be perfect. And we are pretty much there. So the water it's actually good. It's actually right where we need it to be. So we can start mocking up some piping. Let's put the trash can back on top like this. Boom. And man, look how sturdy that is. I mean, it's not going anywhere. That's awesome. Heck yeah. All right, so we need to mock up where we want our pipes to go. I'm thinking they both are gonna come out like right here. Not 100% sure. I think I wanna have some flow, I think, going this way, so that when I'm feeding, or maybe this way. I don't know, we're gonna figure that out here right now. But let's start laying out some PVC. If I need to, worst case, again, I'm making this for you guys as much as I am for me. So if I want to change something up, obviously I'm going to do that. I'm probably just going to start cutting some PVC, start mocking up some things, and see what I like, what I don't like, and then give you guys the best and final result. So obviously I don't have the same setup as every single one of you guys who may be building this or would want to build this. So if you have questions, make sure you drop them in the comments below. But if you've made it this far, again, drop a like down below, consider subscribing. Some pretty awesome stuff to come with this, and maybe even in the future some bigger stuff. I don't know. That's not in the goal right now. Obviously I want to be able to get something bigger in the future, but this is plenty big for what we got right now, and I am super stoked. I mean, I am standing up, and it's over 6 feet wide. I think it is 6 foot wide exactly. I think it's 6 foot by like 5 foot by 3 or 3.5 feet deep. So pretty awesome. So it is getting dark. I changed and I have on some pajama bottoms because it's turning dark. So I know it doesn't really look like it too much. I have this new cool light. I can turn it like really bright or not bright. That's actually like perfect. So when it gets dark, we are going to continue to work because I want to get this thing set up. I've been so anxious to do it. It doesn't even look that big from like back here, but I mean, the closer you get, this thing is huge. Like when I've been down to it, it still doesn't look that big. It looks tiny, but it's not. It's huge. I mean, this is a decent setup. That's a trash can next to it. I mean, pretty decent size. So I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm gonna go ahead and I just ate dinner, changed some clothes. We're gonna keep working. I actually have a hole. Don't call me out in the comments. Hole right there, but I'm wearing underwear. So, anyways, I'm getting distracted. I'm gonna go ahead and get some PVC. I'm gonna have Kylie come downstairs, hold the camera for me. I'm gonna grab some PVC. I'm gonna set it in place, make some measurement marks, make some cuts, do an angle over, and then cut again, an angle down, and then cut it again. And then we are gonna get some holes drilled out right there and right there. Ow, mosquito, you little. And we're gonna get some holes cut out there to have it go into the pond. I'm gonna do 2 of them. So, yeah, we'll be back. All right, before we get to cutting the PVC, we got a bunch of these. They're called Uniseal. I'm an idiot and I cut this end and it's literally just a Ziploc. I'm exhausted. I want to get this done. So what this does is you basically, I'll show you an example. So this fits in this hole like such. It's supposed to be like a tight fit, just like that. And then what happens is you put your PVC into this hole, and what the inside does is it actually expands out so that this creates a watertight seal. Now, if you put the PVC in this and then try and put it into this hole, it won't fit. So you have to put this in first, just like this, kind of pop it in there like that. And then we're gonna create 2 other holes down here for PVC to go in, but the PVC will like just pipe down into this hole, expand out, make it watertight so you don't have to use any silicone. Again, links down in the description for these. They're called Uniseal. Pretty awesome. All right, so we're gonna put this on top of our pump here, like such. And then we are gonna eyeball this for right now, but we want it to be just above this. So we'll do it like right here. And we're just gonna grab that, and we are gonna cut this PVC like such. And this is gonna cut all the way through like that. And we are left with this little bit extra PVC. Let's set that down there. Now this is connected now to our pump. And again, we are not gonna be cementing anything in yet. Forgot 2 brackets. So I have to go back to Lowe's now, which Home Depot's better, but we're going into Lowe's, and I'm getting 2 brackets because I got the wrong size ones. So let's get up in here. We are on the aisle where the PVC is in Lowe's. That's a big pipe. Whoa, you can't say that. All right, we need 1 inch. All right, we're in the right section. I need these guys, but I need, nope, not that. Not that either. This is what I need. 1 inch elbow, 90 degree. I need 2 of these. How much are they? I don't even know. And boom, perfect. That's what I need. Both of these work. Boom. And yes, I'm in my pajamas. In Lowe's. I don't care. I'll show you how much this were. Well, I'll just show you now. It was $3.14. It's probably hard to see as I'm moving. $3.14 for 2 brackets. I should have figured out what they were first before I got them. But anyways, let's get in the truck. Let's get home, and we will see you when we get back home. Boys. God, I love Virginia Beach. Car community is pretty awesome. So let's get back home. That had nothing to do with this. I don't condone racing. But wait for this light to turn green, and let's get home. All right, everybody, well, that is it for episode number 3. I appreciate you watching through till the end of this video. Again, we are gonna have probably 4 or 5 actual episodes of this pond build. This is episode number 3. I appreciate you watching through till the end. Again, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on. We have at least 2 more episodes of this pond build and many, many more awesome builds to come in the future. So I would greatly appreciate it if you guys drop a like, consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And as of this video going live, I just crossed 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is making my dream come true, being able to post, upload to YouTube, and just be a content creator. I love the fact that I can take care of all these animals, do some awesome builds while educating people, and just being a part of this community. It's been awesome, the outreach you guys have had, not only on YouTube, but my Instagram, my TikTok, and every other social media platform device, or platform that I'm on, not device, I guess. But if you haven't followed me on TikTok, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff over there. There is a link in my description on my YouTube if you want to check that out. But I appreciate you guys watching through till the end. Again, in next episode, we are going to be getting those PVC fittings all hooked up, start setting up this pond, and it turns out amazing. So make sure you guys stay tuned. But I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.